Now, so I'm at, top 5% at the moment in this, which is 268. And I said I'd just do a run of this. Now, admittedly, my Ford GT is golden, but hopefully people will see the route that I use and like get some extra stuff. I would genuinely say that 1% bracket in the top of this is pretty much going to be exclusively gold cars anyway. So I feel slightly less guilty about that. But hopefully people see this run, get some tips out of it, and get yourself some extra epics. So I said I'd throw one up because I've been really trying to get into that, top 1%, just to challenge this, golden Ford GT. This is a car which, like, really, you kind of have to know when to mess around with it, and basically, like, when to 360 and stuff, and that's not often. Or a lot of the race in this, as you see, like the way I kind of drive this car. Ooh. And it is just more so about making use of the car's pretty devastating top speed for its class. But it just never really like going too crazy with this one, and I think you can get a decent enough time open drifting along here just to skeet and keep a good lot of that speed. And just taking it nice and handy left hand side through the barn. Avoids all the plates and stuff moving back and forth in there. But that 225 miles an hour top speed is just kind of crazy with this one. Just there's no train coming along here in this portion, so you can stay on the rails in the middle until you get to the ramp on the left hand side. So you have to worry about that, and then just charge up a shockwave then for the next ramp. And throw the car down a fair bit, open drift again, so drift, no acceleration, and try and land as smooth as possible so you're pointing straight into that ramp towards the back end of this. Light drift, scraping off the wall isn't too bad in this, as long as you don't impact directly on, it's grand. The car is long enough that it can kind of like skeet along the walls. Just be careful here to make sure you're in a nitro state, going through the dusty path towards the finish. 142. So shaved like a second or so, I think, off my time. And like you can see on this one, it's a case of like the car can be kind of like thrown a small bit around the place, but realistically I very rarely 360 in the Ford GT. Like this is one where I had a car hunt for this car on my channel before, but this car hunt was quite different because the Ford GT handling has been changed recently, and also this car hunt used to have a lot of AI racers on there. You can see the fact that like with fairly calm enough racing, I'm just trying to think, did I ever 360 a single time in that run? And I don't think I actually did. Maybe. But it is just a case of like just fairly steady driving and trying to like keep it as straight as possible is like one of the best ways of doing this. And no, I don't think there's a single 360 in that entire run. Just outside of the top 100. But that's 100 positions up. I think it's around 600 or so. It's about 600 to 700 in the top 5%. So top 1% is around 120, 150-ish racers in there. So a small bit of time to be kind of like shaved off, and there's little gaps. MZ, Michael, CTE, concussion injury, and Cotano, who have chipped me by a bit. But those event pack plus things have been pretty cool for dishing out epics. In the last Grand Sport event, I came with the top 5% and got 2 bonus epics in them. So it's pretty cool for me. It's 160 trade coins per one of those that pop out. But like I said, this car is golden, but it's a bit of a beast to kind of handle. And like I do genuinely think it's a really cool car. It's just that 34 handling states. So like while it is a really good car for beginners, maybe slightly less, it's definitely one that it takes quite a bit of getting used to, especially to kind of rope in the desire to like throw it around corners or to use 360s and stuff like that. It can be easy to kind of forget about the fact that like you maybe shouldn't do those all the time in this. And yeah, it's like if you throw this car around a bit too much, you'll find it like the tires stick into the ground, especially if you're 316 this a lot. It'll skid. Just watch the speedometer. Like if you're coming down from things and like you're well under that 225 miles an hour, just think like where you're costing yourself time, because this track, it has lots of long straights where you can, like if you're regenerating speed all the time, you're going to really suffer in the times in comparison to just lock it into that 225. It's not even a nitro state, and just like, yeah, punch it with a normal drive. And then you can even like save up the nitro for the barrel roll ramps, or save up the nitro for when you do have to take severe corners and stuff, like before the barn area. Use the nitro to shockwave the car back up to the 225, because yeah, like its nitro isn't great, but as just of a shunt to get it back up to that top speed again, it's fairly decent for that. But yep, hopefully nice and short one. If this helps, yeah, I always appreciate it. Click a sub up there. There's other videos for me here and here. Leave a like, a comment down below. It all helps the channel, guys. But yeah, as always, drive safe in this car hunt ride for, yeah, pretty nice Ford GT.